Hi, I'm Lanny and this is Preserving Today. Up next in the series of fermentation videos that no one asked me to make, I'd like to show you how I make fermented asparagus. Before we get started, let's talk about what fermented asparagus is and why you would want to make it. Fermented asparagus is similar to pickled asparagus, only rather than pickling with vinegar, we're going to ferment it so it'll be loaded with healthy probiotics. Not to mention, it'll have this hard to explain little zing that fermentation gives that regular vinegar pickling does not. Asparagus comes up in the spring, and it's a great veggie to start fermenting as soon as they pop up, or whenever you can find good fresh looking asparagus in your local grocery store or farmer's market. These fermented asparagus spears will stay fresh in my refrigerator for months or even years. They'll go great on a nice platter of cheese and crackers, anywhere you'd place a pickle, or even next to a nice sando. And these, like any fermented pickle, are super customizable. So take this little tutorial with a grain of salt and just use it as a starting point and get creative. Add some chili flakes, jalapenos, onions, extra garlic, or any seed spices that your heart desires. You pretty much can't go wrong. Pretty much. Okay, so basically pickled asparagus, but made with magic and love. Got it. Here's what you can expect. These pickles will taste sour and tangy, and maybe a little bubbly, like a slight effervescence, and they should have a little snap to them, a satisfying crunch. So let's ferment some asparagus. 4 ingredients. I'm just using fresh asparagus, salt, water, some garlic, some peppercorns, and bay leaf. Probably use some mustard seeds while I'm at it. And for materials, all I need is a glass canning jar, measuring spoons, a loose fitting lid or cloth with a rubber band, and some type of fermentation weight. You could use a stainless steel spring, a glass weight, or even a rock that you just scrub up and boil. Just whatever will keep these veggies submerged under the brine. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is rinse the asparagus and shake it off a bit, then trim them. Okay, so now is the part where I start a fight with people on the internet about whether you should trim your asparagus with a knife or if you should snap them. The asparagus influencers used to say to snap them, and they would break just at the right spot and remove the woody part of the stem. Now they say that's unreliable. New science has come out about asparagus snapping. You're probably wasting millions of dollars in asparagus money just throwing away large portions of edible, usable asparagus. So don't snap. I snap because I enjoy it. It's satisfying, it makes a cool sound, and it's fast. So you do you. But the point is, just remove the woody part of the asparagus, chuck it, and save all the asparagus-y goodness. I'm also taking into consideration the length of the asparagus spears because I want them all to be able to fit into the jar that I chose with enough head space that I can fit a weight or a spring on top and have room for the brine to cover it. I'm using these 3/4 quart jars, also known as 1.5 pint jars. They're 6 cups and tall and skinny and perfect for asparagus. Drop in some garlic cloves, peppercorns, some mustard seeds, and a bay leaf or 2. Now I pack in the asparagus. I like to line them up nice and just pack them in. Next up, I'm mixing the brine. 1.5 teaspoons of salt per cup of water. So that's 1 tablespoon per pint jar of water. You could do 1 teaspoon per cup instead if you like it lightly salted. And in fact, I thought my pickles were slightly on the salty side, so next time I might do 1 teaspoon per cup or a little more. Some people say salt needs to be an exact science when fermenting, and I am not one of those people. So do it to taste. Taste your brine. If it tastes good to you, like a little saltier than palatable, then it'll make for a good product, because the water in your vegetables are going to dilute that salt some. So you want your brine to start with to be a little saltier than taste pleasant, and then it'll end up making really good pickles. By not using salt percentages, I'm just keeping this quick and simple and not adding any extra math. I pour the brine over the asparagus to cover completely. They're short enough to stay under the brine. Now I place this glass weight on top. The point of this weight is to keep the veggies submerged under the brine, which will prevent mold from being able to grow. I'm using this self-venting lid, but you could totally use a towel or a coffee filter or even a paper towel secured with a rubber band. Or even just a loose fitting lid, just something so carbonation won't build up inside the jar. Mark the jar with the date and time. I just used masking tape and a Sharpie. Okay, so let's observe our work so far. The brine is nice and clear. The asparagus is firm and straight and bright green. This took me all of 5 minutes to set up. The rest of the time is hands off. Leave the jar to ferment at room temperature for 1 to 2 weeks, or as long as you like, really. Here they are after 24 hours. You'll notice the brine is now a bit cloudy. The asparagus is darker and a little softer looking. You might also see some bubbles, and all of this is good. It's exactly what I would expect after 24 hours of fermenting at room temperature. I'm tasting this asparagus after a week, and if it tastes good, you can put it in the fridge and start using it. It's done. Here's how I store it. I know it's done because it tastes good to me. I like the texture and the flavor. Oh, that's good. Salty, sour, pickled asparagus with a slight garlic flavor. That's great. I call it done and I move it to the fridge, removing the weight and putting on a normal lid. The lids that I use to store my ferments in the refrigerator are great because even if some gases do build up in the fridge, these aren't completely tight, so they won't lock that CO2 in and cause an explosion or an overflow in the jar. But they're tight enough that they're protecting the ferment and not allowing evaporation. But they are loose enough that if the jar tipped over, it would leak. So keep that in mind. I'll link to where I get these lids in the video description. This will last in the refrigerator for at least a month, but really for as long as you want to without going bad. But it'll continue to soften over time, and nobody likes a squishy pickle. That's what she said. Well, that's it, folks. If you like asparagus or asparagus pickles, you'll probably like this fermented asparagus. Do you love asparagus? Or do you think it's just some weird stick vegetable that makes your pee smell gross? Let me know in the comments. I'm Lanny, and this was Preserving Today.